I know I remember Stacy saying she had no interest in the town. Is that a lie? Locked. I need you to be honest with me. What do these papers mean?
Where did you get this?
It was in possession of Gerald Cook, one of the...
Missing people. He shouldn't have had this. Why did he have this?
I don't know. But he thought it was important. He had it in a safe. It belonged to your Uncle Hendrik, didn't it?
It belongs to my family. It belongs to me. You and everyone else need to back off and show the smallest bit of respect. If Gerald and the others couldn't understand that...
Couldn't understand... what? What are you hiding, Evelyn?
Can't a family deal with their old demons in peace? I've been fighting my own for a long time. It's a very old and personal battle, and I wish others would respect that. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with them, and I'd recommend it's kept that way.
Ugh, I don't have time for any more riddles. Do you know of a place called Speedy's Diner?
Nope.
Bye.
Don't drink the tap water.
I don't need to talk to him right now. April 8th, 1997. Evelyn told me you and she used to be engaged. Well, that's a far cry from you not really knowing each other, isn't it?
You're talking to her? Nothing's sacred with you, is it? Had you ever considered that maybe there was a reason I tried to avoid dredging all this up?
She doesn't have a very high opinion of you.
You think you can take anything she said seriously? She probably blamed me for us not working out. But I'm sure she left out some important details.
Funny. She told me not to listen to you either. What kind of details?
When I lost my arm, it ended life as I knew it. I became deeply depressed. In the beginning, Evelyn was there for me. But it wasn't long at all before her visits became scarcer and scarcer. When I asked her about it, she said I was too hard to be around. I was going through the worst time of my life and was battling depression. I needed her more than ever. And that's not even half the story, but I'm already worn out. But even before that happened, there were times that the sweet, intelligent woman I loved would be shockingly selfish. Like this. I completed my training as a prohibitionary firefighter and was going to be having a party with some of the other guys in the crew. She knew how much I wanted her there. She told me she was going to swing by a store on the way over. She never showed up. Said she got distracted. For hours? I don't know. But it was heartbreaking. Things like that happen more often than they should have. Be warned, she'll twist any situation to make herself the victim. You really can't trust her accounts of anything.
Well, she described you as a liar and manipulator with anger issues. And on top of all that, cheap.
Cheap? I was living off a firefighter's salary. Of course we weren't going out to get filet mignon every night. I'll admit our dates were more on the modest side, but that's because I was saving up for bigger things. Heck, her engagement ring cost practically half my savings.
Huh. Looks like you two might have been looking at two different rings.
That woman. She knows we picked that ring out together, and she knows how much she loved it. Gold with emerald and diamond settings. Looked like something out of royalty.
I'm kind of inclined to believe her side of the story here. You've lied consistently throughout this whole case.
And how would you know Evelyn hasn't? I'll admit to my wrongdoings, but she never will.
Man, maybe you two really do suit each other.
Two vices don't make a virtue.
You definitely had met her family then.
Yes. I hope you've enjoyed stirring up age-old drama, because I'm putting the stew away. This little talk ruined my day. Please don't ask me about it again.
Okay, I won't. I should answer that. Hello?
New info. Where do I begin? We have Colin for 600 or Colin for 800.
Call in for 600, please.
We got a hold of the people in his fake obituaries, and they appear to be alive and well. I didn't go into too much detail with them. Ignorance may be bliss here.
That's a relief. I'll take call in for 800.
We located his address. 1944 Diane Street, New Haven, Connecticut, apartment number 504. I'm sure I don't have to say this out loud, but be discreet.
Great. I certainly will not be checking that out.
Anything you want to add?
Right now, the only thing I'm hung up on is that... Okay, Gerald and Jane were both searching for something. But Terrence, he doesn't seem to fit with the other two.
Except through Colin.
True. Can't forget about that. Or maybe whatever happened to him was unrelated to the others.
All we know is whatever it wasn't good.
That's for sure. Talk to you later. That doesn't work.
You have one unheard message. First unheard message sent yesterday at 7:15 p.m.
Hey, so we're hitting up the Fusion on Friday night if you want to join. Seriously, what is going on with you lately? Literally no one can reach you. Here I am calling your landline like an 80-year-old. Anyways, that's what's happening. Come or be square.
End of message.
That's it. This was on Gerald's sketch page. Must be important. Better get the rust off.
Hey, glad you're here. I need to show you something. Last night, my cleaning lady, she found something behind a toilet in the women's bathroom.
Ew, no. I was just leaving.
What? No, gross. It's a letter in an envelope found not too far from where your missing woman left her bag. I put it in the bag if you want to check it out.
Oh, well, your cleaning lady needs a raise.
I think she's fine.
This is it. This is what they were looking for. Hendrik Vandenberg's shelter. Hi, Branham. It's Penelope.
Ah, hello, Miss Pendrick. Did the address provide you with the answers you were looking for?
It certainly did. I'm on the trail of something much weirder than I anticipated.
Well, spill the deets, as the kids say.
I actually don't think the kids say that. Anyway, I've come across evidence that somewhere in Carlisle is a mysterious hidden structure built by a rich but secretive architect.
Ah, incredible! Or you may be mistakenly reading off of the back of a DVD case?
I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, I think I'm onto something. The reason I called, would you be able to look into the name Hendrik Vandenberg for me?
Well, with the power of technology, I will do it right now. Let's see. There. Incorrect password. What do you mean, incorrect password? FLUFFLES 1, 2, 3. Is the case sensitive, or... The nice thing about paper documents is that you don't need to sign in. Oh, okay, great, it worked. I have access to an amazing database of almost every record imaginable. If you want to learn more about LBJ's dental visits, the tool is right here.
No thanks. I'm good. I'm just looking for any information on Hendrik Vandenberg.
Birth certificate. Quick translate. All right. Born in 1905 to Virgil and Elizabeth van den Berg in Rotterdam, Netherlands. Immigration papers show that he immigrated from the Netherlands in 1940. Interesting. That surely would have been related to the Rotterdam Blitz in May of that year.
Rotterdam Blitz?
An especially destructive aerial bombing carried out by the German Luftwaffe, their air force, in World War II. Rotterdam was one of only 5 Allied cities that was completely destroyed in the war. Mr. Vandenberg was lucky to have survived. Ellis Island immigration reports show that he traveled solo. Okay. 1950 census show his address to be 312 Hillcrest Heights, Carlisle, Connecticut. Sounds familiar. Oh, here's something. In 1952, he enrolled at Yale for dual architectural history and engineering degrees. Well, good for him, bettering himself later in life. Death certificate says he passed away of natural causes in Carlisle at the respectable age of 78. Oh, here's one more thing. It appears he purchased a commercial property in 1968, Rosewood Apartments, formerly known as the Rosewood Hotel, was set by the city to be demolished. But before that happened, Mr. Vandenberg bought the building himself.
Well, you're kidding. You won't believe this, but I'm currently standing in that exact building.
Well, it's not the wildest thing you've told me. I hope for your sake the building was brought up to code after it was purchased.
I hope so, too. This is a huge find. As always, your help has been invaluable.
The only payment I ask in return is that when you find this hidden structure and solve your mystery, you give me a call. I'm wondering if Carlisle could do with more than a single chapter.
Absolutely. Hello?
The ransom callers called in again. This time they mean business.
Did they ask for the money?
They told us to put the money in a weatherproof container and essentially bury it in a wooden area in the public park. They didn't give us an exact deadline, but they said the sooner it's done, the more fingers our victims will walk away with.
Oh, that's awful. Did they say anything about the victims?
Just that they're currently still alive. We pressed them on proof that they actually have them held captive, but they told us we're in a position to be asking questions. So we still don't know for a fact that this is even real. But that doesn't really matter.
Well, would you consider calling them on their bluff? Like, no proof, no money?
There's no way. It'd be too risky. Unfortunately, they really have us on the palm of their hand here.
So what are you going to do?
Looks like all we could do is cough up 50 grand and then camp out at the pickup location. We suspect their plan is to really drag out the actual pickup. If they want the box weatherproof at all, it's not a dumb idea. If they have us waiting and watching for weeks on end, it'll be hard for us to stay vigilant for that long. But if we want any chance at saving our victims, we may have to play directly into their plan. Unless we can figure out who they are before it gets to that point.
On what could be a related note, I did get to look around Colin's apartment. I came across an email written to him by his dad. Basically, we were right to suspect that his dad's money was keeping Colin's gallery afloat. But now, it looks like he's getting cut off. And the number 50,000 was thrown around in the email as well.
Zimmerman, Vasquez, pack the car. We have an arrest to make.
Whoa, wait. This isn't exactly concrete evidence.
But we have enough probable cause to fill a bathtub.
I really don't think he has anything to do with this.
Are you serious?
Well, the guy definitely has problems. But there is way more going on here than meets the eye. And plenty of other players in the game.
Every instinct in my body is telling me to ignore you and go get him. But we wouldn't be here without you. I'm taking a big leap of faith here. You better be right.
We're close to answers. Trust me on this one. I know you rely on your dad's money to keep this gallery open. And I also know that he recently cut you off. There have been threatening phone calls made to the police station asking for $50,000 to keep the victims alive. I need an upfront answer. Is this you?
How? How do you know about my dad's money?
That's the least of your concerns right now. Do you have the victims held captive?
What? Of course not.
Did you make up a ransom story to try and get money out of the police?
No, that's demented. Since you're so concerned about my finances, when my dad cut off the money, I sold my car and traded in for a beater. That's $75K right there. If you need proof, I can walk you around the corner.
But how long will that last? What about when that money runs out?
I'll be set long enough to get rid of my apartment and move somewhere lower to the ground. I may have something with this art collecting business. I'm gonna build that up, ditch the luxury lifestyle, and I think I'll be able to keep my gallery open. I'm willing to make plenty of sacrifices to keep my art alive.
But don't you think you'll regret giving up life as you know it?
Maybe, but what's the alternative? Keep my nice things and go work for Dad? Be dead inside while lying on a pile of gold? No chance. Plus, isn't this what I always wanted? To be normal? Yeah, it's daunting to have to figure out how to make it on my own, but it's also kind of exciting. Of course I freaked out at first when I got the news from my dad, but after it set in, I actually felt relieved. I was too scared to cut my tether to him myself. But now, it's done. I'm free to be me.
So, what's it like to go from a sports car to a beater?
It has its charms. The air conditioner doesn't kick on unless I punch the dashboard a few times, but it's a car. It gets me places. My entire life has been this curated, polished experience, like I've only seen the world from a nice, cushiony bubble. Now the bubble is popped, and I'm actually allowed to fail, to be hurt by things. I'll probably hate it, but that's kind of the whole point.
Well, I'm glad you've had a revelation, but that doesn't change the fact that the police are still chomping at the bit to arrest you.
Seriously? Arrest me? Ugh, great.
I told them we don't have sufficient evidence, but I think they just want somebody at this point. I'll hold them off the best I can, but until I can crack this case, prepare yourself for a surprise visit.
What am I supposed to do if they just show up at my door and handcuff me?
Well, don't do anything. Just cooperate. If you really didn't do anything to these people, you'll be just fine.
Hey, Penelope? Thanks.
You'd better not prove me wrong. Good luck with this whole normalcy thing. And remember to stay positive, okay? Washing done. On to the next step. Three cups of water should be enough to submerge it. got better. One more round should do it. Good as new. That doesn't work.
At 4 p.m. today, law enforcement announced that the 6 individuals suspected in yesterday's triple burglary and shooting have been apprehended and arrested. Between the hours of 10 and 11 p.m. last night, residents of North 33rd Street and adjoining neighborhoods called in multiple reports of the sounds of alarms and shattering glass from the nearby commercial strip. Officers were immediately dispatched to the scene and located a small group of hooded and masked individuals in the act of robbing 3 consecutive stores. World-class gems, shoes, and boots galore, and Carl's Corner Mart were the targets of a smash-and-grab style burglary, with the perpetrators now on the run. After refusing to yield to law enforcement, shots were fired from both sides, resulting in the injury of an officer. It was not long after that the 6 individuals were captured and brought into custody. The 6 are facing charges of burglary, destruction of property, theft, aggravated assault of an officer, and resisting arrest. At this time, it is unclear if Melanie DeSoto, a 17-year-old, will be tried as an adult. Due to the severity of the crimes, it is unlikely that the criminal justice system will grant her leniency because of her age. This is CGN News, Channel 7.
Melanie DeSoto? Well, that's Stacy. Stacy? Hello? Huh. A voice-changing device. Hey, what are you doing? You called in the ransom.
Fine! Yes! It was me! But you have to hear me out. I can explain.
Then explain right here and now. Did you kidnap those people?
No! I don't even know where they are!
Why should I believe you?
Because you don't have a choice. It's just the truth. I made all of this up, all of it! I can't make them magically appear.
Uh-huh. Since there's no proof, I'm going to assume that they'll be back up for sale as soon as I leave this room.
How? I'm already busted. The only way I was the one holding the cards with the cops was through my anonymity. I'd have no reason to hold people captive. None! All it would do is add to my jail time.
So then, what this comes down to is that you've been leading the police on this entire time.
You don't understand. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, so someone was holding a gun to your head while you read off of a card that said, "The longer it takes for you to get the money, the more fingers your captives will lose."
I didn't have a choice. I had to do something. I cannot go back.
Back to being Melanie DeSoto?
I don't even care how you know. All I need is for you to see things from my perspective.
Right now, what I see is someone low on money who saw an opportunity to capitalize on the suffering of others.
You have no idea how the world works. You with your perfect little middle-class upbringing. Biking around the neighborhood with your perfect little middle-class friends. Putting on pageants in school. Hanging Christmas lights in the winter. How dare you talk to me like you know why I did what I've done? Growing up, I couldn't go outside because I'd risk being hit by a stray bullet. If you've never been in a situation where you think you might get shot, don't even talk to me. You had opportunities. My role models were druggies and dropouts. The poor stay poor. And when you are stuck in that infinite cycle, you get desperate. I was only 17 when my friends convinced me to be a part of their plan. To break the cycle. To get money and get out. And that clearly didn't go as expected. So, on top of being poor, now I was marked. Permanently. The odds of getting a good job and pulling myself up by my bootstraps were now zero. The hope was gone. My life was over. I broke parole, changed my name, and started clean. Melanie DeSoto now lies at the bottom of the Chicago River. And Stacy Leith lives the life she always dreamed of. Sad, right? This life is the dream. It's better than I even imagined.
But why would you jeopardize all that?
I don't know. It was so stupid. So stupid. It was the desperation. I knew I didn't have enough money to finish my degree. And I knew if I didn't finish my degree, there I'd be. Caught right back up into the cycle.
What you did was pretty serious, but I can see why you did it. But I do need to let the police know that there is no ransom.
You can't, please, it was a stupid mistake. If they look into my name and my past, it's over. My life is over.
I guess I can make something up. Maybe I saw a kid at a payphone or something.
I never thought I'd be saying this about my annoying, nosy neighbor, but you are incredible. You have no idea what this means. I will absolutely never do anything like this again.
Yeah, I'm the best. Now I have to go, but I'd better be seeing that voice modulator in the dumpster tomorrow.
Hey, that thing cost me $30.
Don't push your luck.
Yep, fine. Yep, into the dumpster. And Penelope, good luck. I know you can find him.
Gerald Cook and the woman were both searching for your Uncle Hendrick's shelter, but I think you know that already.
I'm afraid they found it.
I know you feel some sacred obligation to keep the shelter a secret, But this is now beyond you and beyond your family. Did the victims come too close? How far did you go to keep this place hidden?
I did nothing. These people, a tiny seed is planted in their minds that their mundane, innocuous little town is built upon some unseen work of architectural and engineering magnificence. They think they can become the hero of their own stories. Real-life treasure hunters or adventurers searching to expose a work of art to the world. But maybe it doesn't end like the movies. Maybe it's not something that'll let itself be found.
Are they trapped there? What are you saying? Evelyn, you are the only person who knows where to look. You need to take me there.
Don't you get it? They're dead, Penelope. They're dead. Uncle Hendrick's mind was fractured by what he lived through. For every brick he placed to protect our family, he placed another to destroy anyone who came to harm us. He didn't build a shelter. He built a tomb.
Okay, then take me there. I won't believe anything until I see them with my own eyes. If you leave it at this, the culpability of their deaths is on your shoulders.
I refuse to lead you to your death as well.
So far, I've done exactly what you asked. I haven't whispered a word of this to the police. But I'd say it certainly doesn't look good when you claim that people have died of their own poor decisions while searching for something you desperately want to keep hidden. Not to mention that Terrence, a child, was likely abducted from your property.
Abducted?
His blood is still on a rock not far from your backyard.
I didn't. I'd never.
All right, then prove it. And if you need a little more convincing, if you don't take me to the shelter, I'll have to tell the cops everything. You and your uncle's secret will be a secret no more.
No, you can't do this.
If it'll save lives, I'll do anything.
No, I'd never hurt anyone on purpose. He was the one who wanted to go in there. I told him not to, but he did it anyway, and I didn't stop him. I couldn't.
Who? Terrence went in there?
I see his ghost every night. I watch it happen again and again, and it's my fault. I know it's my fault.
Evelyn, you need to tell me what happened. I take back everything I said. I won't say a single word or name a single name. Please, just talk to me.
What have I done?
Evelyn? I know it's early, but I could really go for some sleep. I'll get back to work tomorrow. Hold on. What's this?
You got the memo. Good. I've really been thinking since the last time we talked. I know I was quick to shut everything about Evelyn down when you first brought her up, but that's because I didn't want to have to think about her. Or maybe I still felt some deep-seated obligation to protect her, I don't know. But anyways, there's something about her you need to know. 16 years ago, Evelyn killed her brother, Scott.
I'm sorry. What? That's an extreme accusation. And how would you know? Wouldn't you have been broken up by then?
Turns out she never told her husband at the time about the family shelter. Yes, I know about all that. Have since the 90s. So, when Evelyn accidentally kills her brother while they're in there, she runs crying to me because I'm the only one who knows about the place, besides her parents, and she certainly wasn't going to be confiding in them.
Why do you say accidentally like that? You think she would kill her own brother on purpose?
It's only speculation, but there have been warning signs. When we were together, she'd constantly bring up how unfair it was that Scott was going to be the one to inherit the house. She was kind of obsessed with it, saying how she was the one who deserved it because of XYZ. She had motive.
But that doesn't make any sense. If Evelyn murdered someone, why would she immediately tell you about it?
Maybe a psychological thing? She posed it as a freak accident, but she was pretty upset, so she didn't have much filter. She let it slip that she changed her mind about something, but it was too late. But either way, she was absolutely devastated by what she had done, and I know that was genuine. Her regret. But regret couldn't bring Scott back.
Okay then. How exactly did it happen?
According to her, Scott was in town for a visit on the way to a work trip, and they went down to explore the tunnels for old time's sake. Yeah, what a weird family. She didn't go into any more detail than that, but that place is a carefully crafted death trap. One push in the wrong direction could easily end someone's life.
Did you alert the police at the time?
I had no proof, no body. How could I? It's not like I or anyone else could get back in there without Evelyn and all her different types of keys. Evelyn suddenly became petrified at the idea of anyone finding the shelter. Before that, she never really cared much about the secrecy of it all, except out of respect for her parents. So I figure there must be some kind of evidence of what she did down there.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Maybe a couple weeks after she told me. She came around a couple more times to cry on my shoulder, but call me a monster. I reminded her that we were broken up and I needed my space. That was the last time.
Was there ever an investigation at the time? I mean, if Scott just suddenly disappeared, wouldn't there be friends and family concerned?
Scott was only visiting. I'm sure there were all sorts of searches going on wherever he was living at the time, but nothing here in Carlisle.
If this is true, do you think Gerald could have found out her secret?
That's what I was getting to. I know Gerald was searching for something big before he disappeared. Didn't take long to figure out what he was looking for. I played dumb, of course, because I didn't want to get involved with any of that mess. I never guessed he was actually anywhere close to finding it. Then you come along mentioning Evelyn's name, and I put two and two together.
Wow. Well, this would fill in a few missing puzzle pieces. Last time I spoke to her, she implied that Gerald and the others had found the shelter and would be guaranteed to be dead by now. She refused to go down herself to look, and also refused to take me there.
Bingo. I figure you'll be needing this. I'd tell you where the entrance is, but I think you already know where to look. Oh, and there's one more thing you should probably know. Her brother isn't the only one who suffered in that place. I'd still have two arms if it weren't for her.
What? I thought you said what happened was a firefighting accident.
It's easier to say that than I lost it at the hands of my ex-fiancée when we were in her crazy uncle's booby-trapped bomb shelter.
Okay. Maybe that is a bit convoluted. Wow, though, that's pretty horrible.
I wouldn't be too upset if she was brought to justice. I believe in you.
Thanks, Mitchell. And Gerald will be back to his bookstore in no time.
Let's hope. Penelope, don't lose your head down there, okay? And that's not a metaphor.
Yikes. I'll try my best. to make this quick. Don't arrest Colin. The ransom was fake. And I think I know where the victims are.
Whoa, slow down. Okay, ransom fake. Good. We'll drop everything on that. You know where they are?
This is going to sound crazy, but somewhere in Carlisle is a hidden structure that I know at least 2 of them were looking for. Oh, they're in there. I just know it. If I can find it, I can find them.
I don't follow in the slightest. But I won't waste your time with questions. Get back out there and do what you do.
No way I could jump that. This is Colin's missing painting. That doesn't work. A magnet. I don't like the sound of that. I'm guessing this is Dutch? I may need a little help with this one. What is that? Is that gas? My key is gone. I need to find a way to pick this lock. Quick! I can't leave it like this. That doesn't work. Terrence? Oh, thank goodness you're okay.
Are you real?
I'm Penelope, and I'm gonna get you out of here, okay?
Do you have any food?
I'm really sorry. I don't. Terrence, can you tell me how you ended up here?
I was walking by some cliffs, and I saw someone climbing up from the side of the cliff. It was really weird. Before I got a good look at them, all of a sudden they knocked me over, and I don't remember anything else. After that, I woke up in here. There was blood in my hair, so I must have hit my head really hard.
Is Gerald...
He's okay. Not good, though. I keep checking his breathing and pulse, so I know he's alive.
Have you eaten at all?
We've gotten a little food a few times, but not enough. When it rains, the fountain over there fills up.
Was there a third person in here with you?
Yeah, a lady. I don't know where she went. She was here yesterday.
Maybe she found a way out.
I don't think she'd leave us behind. Maybe she did, though. All she would do every day was walk around the room, looking at the walls.
Please think about this as hard as you can. Can you remember anything about the person who did this to you? Speak of the devil. Why are you here? Wasn't your plan to leave your captives to die? I know everything, Evelyn. I know you kidnapped innocent people and brought them here to rot to save yourself. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I'm here to help.
Uh-huh. But just a few days ago, weren't they already dead? Did you come down here to pay respects?
I'm not a strong person. I know I should have looked for them sooner, but I was scared. Scared of this place, the memories, and scared of what I would find. But you know what I was even more afraid of? The guilt of knowing that I didn't do anything.
Well, that's great. But it doesn't explain why you were trying so hard to keep me from finding the shelter. Wait, did you try to kill me by locking me in that closet?
It wasn't locked. I wasn't trying to kill you. All I wanted was to scare you enough to send you home.
Oh, just ask my paperclip. It'll tell you. Even if the door had an auto lock, it doesn't excuse what you did. You knew Gerald and the woman were on the cusp of finding the shelter and exposing your secret. So, why not snuff them out quietly? Oh, just admit it. You didn't want me or them to find out that you had killed your own brother.
I begged him not to come down here, but he wouldn't listen. I told him over and over that it wasn't safe. Cracks in the walls, cave-ins, but when his mind was made up, nothing could stop him. I said if he went down alone. So, he went. Alone. And he was gone for far too long. I went to look for him. If I only tried harder to stop him, he'd still be alive. So, yes, I killed Scott that day. But I did not kidnap these people. It took me until today to decide to do the right thing. To give up the act, to save them, and risk going to jail if the truth gets out. But I did it.
You didn't murder Scott to inherit the Scardovi home?
Murder? What are you talking about? My parents had already promised me the house because Scott had moved to NYC.
What?
Excuse me? My dad's name was Scott Scardovi.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Scott Scardovi was my dad's name. He disappeared before I was born. I never even met him. My mom told me they met in New York, and after she became pregnant with me, they bought a house in Carlisle. A few days before my mom was going to fly to Connecticut to move in, my dad had a business trip.
In Boston?
And my mom never saw him again.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. Your dad was a software developer. Brown hair, brown eyes, liked football.
Yeah, and he was scared of roller coasters.
That's him. I can't believe this. I have a nephew and a sister-in-law? Oh, that idiot. He had a whole family and he never even told me.
My dad had convinced my mom that they should move to Carlisle because it was a nice town. And he said to her that there were some people he wanted her to meet.
Some people I want you to meet. Now I remember. He said that exact same thing to me, too. When he stopped here to visit on his way to Boston, I remember he was hamming up some big surprise, but in classic Scott fashion, refused to elaborate. Well, Scott, if you're watching us right now, I hope you get a kick out of your big surprise. Only 15 years in the making.
Sorry to be the one to cut this family reunion short, but we need to get out of here, like, now.
Yes, let's. This way.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Mitchell?
You.
How'd you...
So, Penelope, how have you liked playing the hero? For a while I wanted to stop you, but then I thought, why not let you find them? It'd be another corpse for my collection.
I don't understand. You did this?
But why?
For you, Evelyn. Happy 20th anniversary. Don't you think it's a deserving gift? There was purification and punishment. Not forgive us for our sins, but smite us for our iniquities should be the prayer of a man to a most just God. It's simple, really. You took my arm and my life from me, so now I take your life from you. Balance is restored to the universe.
Your arm was not my fault, and you know it! You were obsessed with coming down here. Let's have a picnic in the Alhambra. Let's listen to records in the study. And I told you how many times to be careful? I didn't make you lose your arm. Stupidity did.
Take responsibility for something once in your life. How about this? After you mangle my arm, you break off our engagement. Because I'm no fun anymore. I'm just so sad all the time. What a bummer. I've been alone all my life. But I never felt lonelier than when you left me to deal with my injuries without you.
So you kidnap innocent people and trap them down here? Maybe I left you because you were clearly a psychopath. Don't try to project your own victimhood onto my decisions.
Isn't this the perfect punishment? I'm pretty proud of coming up with it. Tip off the police with the same story that I told Penelope, that you would do anything to keep Scott's murder a secret, and Gerald and the others were getting too close. You act like it's not, but your name is all over this place. All you would need is to be a half-wit detective to find the connection.
Hey!
On top of that, I have my own evidence to link you to the shelter and therefore the kidnappings. Beautiful. My plan is a work of art.
You destroy these people just so you can get revenge? Terrence didn't know anything about the shelter and you attack him?
That was the wrong place at the wrong time kind of deal. I couldn't risk him getting a good look at me and blabbing. Any attention would have been too much attention.
But Gerald has been so generous to you. How can you do this to him?
I feel a little bad. Sorry, Gerald. My hands were tied. It had to be him. And that woman. If it were anyone else, I'd risk those two finding my hostages before my plan was complete.
I knew I was right about you. You lying, manipulative inhuman.
And there you go, off on one of your tangents again. Is that how you described me to your rebound boyfriend? No surprise he divorced you, you piece of...
Mitchell, if you don't let us through, you'll die down here with the rest of us.
The building falling down kind of put a wrench in my plans, so it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. You're not walking out on me this time!
Let's go.
Penelope, come on!
I know this sounds crazy, but we can't leave him.
Yes, we can.
If we leave him, we're no better than he is. I was never happier to see the sun than that day as we dragged ourselves out of that dusty shaft and into the light. But before both of my feet had even passed through the manhole, what felt like an earthquake erupted. I clung to the asphalt for dear life as only 50 feet away, we watched the parking lot begin to get sucked into the earth. The sinkhole didn't stop expanding until Mayor Jonathan Carlyle himself had been completely consumed. Luckily, we were left unscathed. Like a TV show trope, we let out a collective sigh of relief when we saw help had arrived. Gerald, still unconscious, was loaded into an ambulance and rushed to the nearest hospital, while paramedics attended to Ruby and Terrence. Despite the whole ordeal, the most Evelyn and I needed was a little antiseptic and a few Band-Aids. The police showed up shortly after, and I was not mentally prepared for the sheer amount of enthusiasm to greet me. The cheering and clapping and handshaking made for a pretty amazing entrance. It was like I had just saved someone's life or something. Oh, wait, I guess I did do that. The second order of operations was to cuff Mitchell and haul him off to the station. He didn't try to fight it. His eyes were despondent and empty as he slid into the back seat of the cop car. He knew it was over. He had been so certain that his life couldn't get any worse. But I think it was at that moment he realized he had been so wrong. Eileen was ecstatic to see her son again, and Terrence his mom. After a series of hugs, I missed yous, and I was so worried about yous, Terrence proceeded to explain in record time about Evelyn and who she was. He didn't pause to breathe until the story was finished. And after a long moment of shock, Eileen knew that she had found a piece of her beloved husband that day. After a week in the hospital, Gerald was on the road to full recovery and was back in the shop before anyone could say, "You just suffered major trauma, please rest." Nonetheless, his regulars were thrilled he was all right and Novel Books was back open. And they also appreciated that there was now an extra open chair to fight over. While it's unlikely that this is the kind of adventure that Gerald had in mind when he started his search, I'm sure he'll make the most of the stories to tell for years to come. Fulfilling her mother's legacy was like lifting an anchor off of Jane's, or should I say Ruby's, shoulders. She was no longer bound by her own perseverance. Her search was complete. After coming to terms with everything that had happened, Ruby, in her newfound confidence, picked up a job as a professor of American history at North Oakford University. Go, Redbuds! After years of books, notes, endless searching, frustration, and sitting alone at breakfast every morning, it was finally time for Ruby to go and live life as it should be. Speaking of North Oakford University, a few months later, Stacy graduated her master's with flying colors. Her senior thesis on aesthetically pleasing solutions for constructions on difficult soil was lauded by teachers and peers alike. She was snatched up into the industry immediately after graduation, and every day she dons that business casual attire and walks through those office doors, she walks further and further away from her past. Best of all, her new condo is up to code and gives her much less to complain about. Colin succeeded in cutting the negativity out of his life and is taking normalcy in stride. While this means he's slowed his pace a bit, I think it's helping him to appreciate the little things. After some sound advice from his new therapist, Colin decided that painting would be better off as a hobby than a career. With the stress of critics a thing from the past, Colin has been able to focus on and grow a successful little art collection business. Bold Depictions is now the Carlisle Museum of Art, and is proud to host an original Escher, among other fine works. And since he can afford an employee or two, he'll never have to be the one to give a tour, ever again. Despite her apprehension, Evelyn knew that Eileen needed to hear Scott's full story. Eileen was somber as she listened, but much to the relief of Evelyn, was not upset. Eileen commiserated over the accident with Evelyn, and they processed the loss they both shared. Eileen had no interest in bringing this to the attention of the police. What's done is done. With the shelter reduced to a pile of rubble, Evelyn was freed of her burden. The horrible place was gone for good, and her secrets and memories were buried with it. After being contacted by none other than John Branham, she agreed to help create a documentary about Escher, Hendrick, and the amazing feat that the shelter once was. The proceeds of this film were enough for Evelyn to found the Vandenberg Project, a charitable organization established to provide assistance to families who have lost a loved one to war. And to top it off, the Scardovi family, in its own way, is whole again. Carlisle is back to being peaceful and uneventful, although it may not end up as sleepy as it used to be. Now that it's on the map, tourists might realize just how tasty the strawberries are every summer. As for me, I'm home in my own bed at last. No crumbling ceilings, no unwanted nightly visitors, and no eyes watching me sleep. The most dire mystery for me to solve being what's for dinner. Definitely not pizza. Never pizza. Once I slide this new manuscript in the mailbox, I can finally sit back, prop up my feet somewhere structurally sound, and relax. Have a bath. Put on some nature sounds. Or maybe leave it quiet, just in case the phone rings.